Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय.
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
Jai.
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः. ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम श्री जानकी वल्लभो विजयते. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं. नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते. पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे. नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं. पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्. अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं. सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि. We were seeing the most beautiful portion in this Ayodhya Kanda, and that is Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra along with Sita Ji and Lakshman Ji is going to the ashram of Valmiki Ji. We saw as a very humble, normal person, Sri Ramachandra Ji is asking, where should I stay? Where should I stay for 14 years so that my stay will not affect sadhana of the seekers? Rishis, Munis, so many other sadhakas are staying in the forest for their own sadhana. I should not be troubling them. So please tell me where I should stay. Listening to this question, Valmiki Ji started from a very different angle. He said, don't try to fool us. We exactly know who you are. You are Jagdishwara, this is Jaganmaya, this is Sheshanaga. And you are asking me where you should stay. Okay, this is your Saguna Rupa. But in your real nature, you are that Parabrahma Paramatma who is all pervasive. So please show to me a place where you are not there. And I will point out the same place and say, go and stay there. You are already all pervasive. Where you will stay? But after explaining this, Valmiki Ji says, no, but because you have asked, I will tell you 14 places to stay. 14 years you have to stay. But those 14 places are not places. We saw there is only one place, and that is the heart of a true devotee. Whoever is your real bhakta, you stay in their heart. Who is a bhakta? How bhakti should be done? That is explained through these 14 places. And what a beautiful explanation. We saw in a couple of sessions earlier how every indriya is used for that. What kind of negativities have to be removed? What kind of positivities have to be inculcated? How we should be on the level of behavior. See, many people miss this very important aspect of sadhana. No, they say they are very good sadhakas inside a room. Means you are in your room in front of Bhagavan sitting and you will do lot of sadhana. 3 hours I meditate. But the moment they go out, they behave with other people in such a bad way. They say don't mix two things. It is not mixing two things. A true sadhaka cannot be a burden to the society or the world. True sadhaka, true bhakta cannot go around and hurt people. It's not possible. And if it is happening, then that means something is wrong. One who is loved by all, one who is beneficial to all. That is what description says. Not just here, you see in Bhagavad Gita also. Bhagavan Sri Krishna in 12th chapter will give the Bhakta Lakshanas. Jnani Lakshanas only actually there. He will start with Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam. One who does not hate anybody. Otherwise, many times what happens when we start to do sadhana, we start to hate everyone. Including those people who are doing sadhana. Why? Because we think our method of doing sadhana is correct. What are they doing? Oh, Parvati, why there is a need of shouting? Bhagavan Shivji is sitting inside. So you don't have to say, Namah Parvati. You say it in your mind. Why? Because my method is the only correct method. So when somebody does that, I start to what are they doing? Somebody listens to Bhagavan's stories, somebody tells the stories of Bhagavan and their eyes are filled with tears and the other person starts to judge. All drama. But who has asked you? Certificate you have to give, whether they are doing drama or not. Who are you? A true Vedantin will never shed tears. You have not understood true Vedanta. A true Vedantin will not shed tears for themselves. But they will be so delicate and so, sensitive to other people's sorrow. Any Mahatma you take, for example, they themselves will go through so much of physical pain and without anything. But when they look at other people suffering, they will feel so bad, so sad. That is a true Vedanti. So very beautifully, Valmiki ji had explained these 14 places, actually 14 ways of bhakti. And we understood the main point that bhakti is not an action. And therefore you cannot say if you do this, then that is bhakti. You cannot say like that. It is an attitude. It is a feeling. And the moment it is feeling, that feeling can express in so many other ways. Previous session we were seeing some examples. Another famous example is Kannappa Nayanar. I hope you have heard the story. Oh, what a story. He was a hunter. Okay. And somehow some people told that, where you are hunting, that forest area is there is a mountain. On top of a mountain, there is Shivji's temple. Old temple is there. And if you pray, it will be very good. Now, he was raised in forest. He didn't know what is praying and all. He's never chanted Purushoktam and no chanting he knows. He has never seen anybody doing puja. He doesn't know anything. So he inquired and they said, Shivji likes Abhisheka. And you have to offer something for his food also, Naivedya. So he said, okay. And that temple was so far away from the main place that the pujari used to go only in the morning. Open the temple, do puja and then go back home. And the whole day our temple is like that. Again night he will come, do puja, close the temple and go away. And this hunter started to think that what can I offer him for food? I can offer what I eat. He used to eat non-veg. He hunter, no, he will kill some animals. He started killing animals. Now, so big animal is taken in the hand and he has to go up the mountain. Now they told that Shivji likes Abhisheka. So now water, how will you take? Veggie, bucket, can. He doesn't have all that. He is in forest. So he used to go take water in his mouth. Animal in the hand. Go up there. Offer Naivedya and with mouth only directly Abhishek. And the Pujari came next day. He saw meat there. He got so angry. This is generally from Tamil Nadu story, no? Correct only. Kannappa Nayanar story from Tamil Nadu. Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, 4 states. Other than Kerala, 4 states. That's fine. Very karmatas there. He saw, he did the entire Shuddhi of the temple, removed everything and again re-established everything he did. Went back, came next day, again he saw me. He got so angry. I have to find out. So he was hiding somewhere and he was observing, hey, who is coming. And he saw this person keeping the meat and then from mouth he is doing Abhishek. Could not believe. And the story goes forward, different versions are there and so beautiful. That eye he offers. The second eye also he offers to Bhagavan. So much devoted, whatever is there. See, he may not know the technique. But devotion cannot be judged by the action. It is said, to support this, Bhagavan Shivji appeared there and told that Pujari, so far you are doing nothing. Only action, not focusing on the feeling at all. Feeling is more important than action. See, this is not to say that you can perform whatever action you can anyways. No. If you know how to do, then you should try to do it as perfect as possible. To the best of your ability. It is not to become complacent and say, anyways he offered anyhow and then I can offer with left hand also. Don't take it in the wrong way. If you know how to do it correctly, you should do. That only shows your sincerity towards the craft. But even if you do not know something, you do it. And I love one story. One person was worshipping Ganapati. I might have told you before. For many years he was worshipping Ganesha. And that Ganesha was not giving darshana, not fulfilling any of his wish. So this person got little irritated and he said, I think I have to change my god. Why? This one is not working out. So he removed that Ganesha's murti, kept it on the loft. And he brought Shivji's murti and kept it there. You are of no use, I will go to your father. And he started doing puja and everything to Shivji. Now the moment he will offer some dhupa, deepa and bell, etc. Because Ganesha has big ears, no? He will feel that when I am ringing the bell, he is trying to listen. And because that trunk is there, no? To take all the smell, so the moment he will offer incense stick, he will feel that, all the things are going there only, smell is going there, everything. Then he became so angry, he took cotton, put cotton in the ears of that Ganesh Murti and put cotton in that in the nostrils also. The moment he did that, Ganesha appeared there. Now this man was saying, for so long, every day I am praying to you, 21 times Atharvashirsha, Avartana and all these things I am doing. That time you never came and now I am actually violating your Murti, now you are appearing. And Ganeshji said, for the first time you thought that I am actually sitting and receiving your puja. See, such an important learning. When you sit in, when Swamiji does puja, no, Shardanji does puja, one thing he will always say, feel the presence of Bhagavan in front of you. Feel that he is actually sitting there. As long as you are going to see only the Murti there, you will never have that feeling. And that's why people outside, no, they do not understand. Why do we offer so many things on the stone? Why do we do so much of decoration on that POP Murti idol? People will not understand. Why? Because they only look at the idol. We are meditating and worshipping the ideal. Isn't it? That point we should always remember. And as long as the attention is towards that, the action can be of many, many types. There cannot be one single way of bhakti, one single way of sadhana. This is a very important point. And each way is valid. We do not have monopoly on the entire path of bhakti, isn't it? So we should not be dictating to others how they should worship. That's the mistake that we do. Even with our children more. Because children have to listen. No, they do not have option. That's a different thing that they don't listen. That is a different thing. But we have full right to tell them. Then we will tell. No, don't sit like this. Keep your right leg like this. Keep your left. At that age, let them do whatever they are doing. Try to inculcate that love for Bhagavan in their heart. Actions in due course of time will come. See, to small children, do they realize that they should not be entering into a place without, after removing chappal and shoes, etc.? No, they will just go. When somebody comes, even if they want to, nice person, they will, hand will go like this, and they will beat. At that age, they have only that kind of expression of love. You cannot dictate actions. Actually, because of these rules only, many people stop going to temple and stop sitting for puja. Because you keep too many rules. This should be like this, that should be like that, that should be like that. Little loose on the rules, more focus should be on the love. That devotion should come in our heart. Then that puja becomes a wonderful experience. Otherwise, it will be some rituals, complicated things somebody is doing and fully, it will not give that experience. You yourself also will not enjoy. If you are watching also, you will not enjoy. Why? Because love for Bhagavan will not be there. So we should understand that bhakti is not an action. And therefore, as long as that love is there, it is okay. Bhaktya tushyati Keshava. Natu gunaihi. Bhakti priyo madhava. Bhagavan is pleased by love, by devotion. Not by gunas, not by qualities. Right? So that is the beautiful aspect that comes out through these 14 different explanations of how a bhakta is or how bhakti should be. How bhakti can be. Different ways are explained by Valmiki ji. Bhagavan says, I like what you said, but you have not answered my question. First, when I asked you where I should stay, you started going to Saguna nature, Nirguna nature, and you started telling that where are you, not there and there, I will show. Okay, then you came to the bhakti level and you explained this 14 pages. I like all the explanation, but now at least will you tell me where I should stay? So Valmiki ji says, without Sri Rama asking anything, he says, I will tell you a place for you to stay during Vanvasa. Ehi bidhi muni bar bhavana dekhaye, bachana saprema Rama man bhaye, kaha muni sunahu, bhanukula nayaka, ashrama kahahu, samaya sukhadayaka, चित्रकूट गिरि करहु निवासु, तह तुम्हार सब भांति सुपासु, सैलु सुहावन कानन चारु, करी के हरि मृग बिहग बिहारू. हाँ, ओ भगवान, I will tell you, Bhanukula Nayaka, you are the leader of Suryavamsha. I will tell you a place where you can stay during this Vanvasa, and that place is Chitrakuta mountain. This Chitrakuta Parvata is there. That place is perfect for you. Why are you saying? He explains there is a beautiful mountain and nice forest is there, not very dangerous, easy to stay. But at the same time, there will be animals and birds, etc., so that you will enjoy the forest. Otherwise, imagine you create something in the forest which will have no birds and animals. Then why are you in the forest? Many people do that. They want to create holiday homes in a natural place. And after going there, they create everything artificial. And then why are you creating things like this here? So he says there will be animals, there will be birds, and lots of trees also will be there. There's a very beautiful river, Mandakini river is also there. And that is a place that you will like. Then Valmiki ji also explains that this Mandakini river is actually one dhara of Gangaji. Now somebody who understands geography will say, excuse me, Gangotri, Haridwar, and then she takes a turn, and then Prayagraj, Kashi, it is going like this. Chitrakoot is here. How that dhara came here? So the story he tells is, see, we have heard this story in Shankaracharya's life, that Shankaracharya's mother used to go to the river for bath, and as she started becoming old, so Bhagavan didn't want her to go very far, so he turned the stream of that river and it came closer. Purna river, Kaladi, Similar thing happened, but other way around. What? Anusuya, Atri Anusuya. When Atri Rishi started to become old, Anusuya, because of her strength of Pativratya, she took one string of one dhara of Gangaji, which came via Chitrakoot. And that is how you have, otherwise Gangaji is going like that, but one dhara comes down. And that is this Mandakini river. And Atri Anusuya ashram also is there, near Chitrakoot only. So that also is told. And Tulsidas Ji says, Rama Katha Mandakini Chitrakoot Chitacharu Tulasi Subhaga Saneha Bana Siya Raghubira Biharu. This is not here. This doha is from Balakanda. He had already said this earlier. When he was glorifying the Ramakatha, he had said that Ramakatha is like that Mandakini, like the river. And Chitrakuta is our heart. And all the forest and trees, so beautiful, everything is there. That is the love of Bhagavan which comes when that Ramakatha is heard in the heart. That is how that place is. So now, Valmiki ji has given practical answer. After two very interesting answers, now he finally gave the practical answer. Now, Tulsidas Ji does not delay at all. In one chopai, he brings all of them to Chitrakoot. He says, already I have told, now I don't want to tell that they were walking like this. Already that everything is explained. Now they all came to Chitrakoot and they started staying. How? So it is said Devatas came there. As Bhagavan was appearing, Bhagavan was entering into the Chitrakuta mountain area, Devatas came there in the disguise of hunters, and they built two huts. One for Sri Rama and Lakshman, and one for Sri Rama and Sita Ji, and another for Lakshmana. And they did prostrations and they went back. And now they took their own form and again came there. Wanted to meet Bhagavan. Now when they came back, Bhagavan did prostrations. Please come. Devatas have come. And they said, all is okay. I'm sure you will be fine. If you need anything, let us know. And the Devatas, the moment they met, they started telling everybody, Sri Rama has come, Sri Rama has come. So all the Rishi, Muni and all other Vanavasis and all these people also slowly started to come there. And Tulsidas Ji says again and again that whenever any elderly person used to come, Bhagavan used to prostrate and they used to hug Bhagavan. That is how Bhagavan is. Very embodiment of humility. Right? So that is what he did. Chitrakuta Raghunandana Chaye Samachara Suni Muni Aye. He says, Tulsidas Ji says, in Chitrakuta Raghunandana Chaye. I can't translate this in English, okay? What is the meaning of Chaye? Rajate. In Sanskrit it is called. Rajate you can't explain in English. Shines. Very bad. Very bad translation. But what to do? Actually, this word Chaye is indicative of something else also. In Valmiki Ramayana, it is said that out of 14 years of Vanvasa, for 10 years, Bhagavan stayed in Chitrakuta. So, Chaye here indicates his long stay at that place. So, all the other stories which are there, Dandakaranya and then Panchavati and then kidnap and then Bhagavan going through, all that happened in just 2 years, last 2-3 years. For 10 years, Bhagavan has stayed in Chitrakuta. Right? That is what Valmiki Ramayana also says. So here, Tulsidas Ji, see, I earlier itself I had told you that Tulsidas Ji is not writing a history book. So he is not telling all these things. How old was Sri Rama, how long they stayed, nothing he is telling. His purpose is different of writing the text. But because Valmiki Ji is writing history, he has noted all these points. Right? So they started staying. So after Rishi Munis, Suni Muni Aaye, Samachara Suni. And as the news started to, become a wildfire and started to go everywhere, all the Munis, all the Rishis, they started coming there. They started to meet Bhagavan. Not only them, hunters and other Vanvasis, they also came. And what a beautiful thing. Now they are telling Bhagavan, okay? More and more people are coming and they are telling Bhagavan that you see, you stay here. Don't worry. Okay, we will protect you. We will be there all around and no animal will hurt you. No demon will come this side and don't worry, we will protect you. You just enjoy the place. In case, sometimes you feel like, you want to go for hunting because they are Kshatriyas. Suppose you feel like you want to go for hunting or you want to go for swimming, etc. You let us know. We will make all arrangements and we will take you for hunting in a very safe way where we will be there. See, this is called affection because of simplicity. See, how much ever, what do you say, famous or big you become, for your mother, for your grandmother, you will always be like a child, isn't it? So, how much ever you may have conquered the world, but when you are going out, your mother will say, take care, okay? All the usual instructions she will give, yes or no? It is not that they doubt, that is not the point, but that Sahaja Prema it is called. It's not no artificial. No, Rishis, Munis, when they are coming to Bhagavan and you see what kind of discussion they are having with Bhagavan. That you are Sakshat Nirguna Nirakara Parabrahma Paramatma and you are that Jagadishwara and you are... But these people, they do not have that much knowledge. They just know that he is a very nice person and therefore I love. So, when they used to tell all these things, Tulsidas Ji says that Bhagavan used to listen to them with so much of love that he never listened to even Vedas with that much attention. Tulsidas Ji says, and Vedas are talking about him. Still he never listened to Vedas like this. How much attention he is giving and how much with love he is listening to all these people. He says in one place, Rama hi kevala premu piyara, jani le ujo jana nihara. He says, those who know, they know. What? That Bhagavan only loves love. Very interesting sentence. Those who know, they know that Bhagavan only loves love. This is the point I was referring to just few moments back, isn't it? That Bhagavan does not care about your qualities and your this and that and educational qualification. Nothing Bhagavan cares about. What Bhagavan cares is how much love is there. And when they are so innocent. They are telling Bhagavan that we will protect you. They don't know that he has come to protect all other people. And they are saying, if you want to go for hunting, if you want to go for swimming, suppose trekking, no, one day you feel like going to trekking, we will come. That innocent love Bhagavan enjoys, and that is why he is there. See, in Ayodhya, if he would have said no, he would have never met such people. All the people around him would be standing like this, serving. Sometimes rishis, etc., they visit. There is no heart-to-heart conversation, nothing like, going there and mixing with them. And Bhagavan, I am sure, must have done all those things. That is why he went to Vanvasa. There is no other reason. All other things are just, some reason should be there not to go, to show the world. Therefore, all Kaikeyi and Manthara and Dasharatha Maharaj and all that is just for public. Actually, Bhagavan wanted to go. That is the only correct explanation possible. But that is how Bhagavan was. Now, you see, even today, if you go to Chitrakoot, I don't know how many of you have gone, but if you go even today, the people, local people there are very innocent. Even now. And it's a very interesting area. See, now, because of our politics and geopolitics and all that, Chitrakoot mountain is part of 3 states. Do you know this? Part of it is in Uttar Pradesh, part of it Madhya Pradesh, part of it in Jharkhand, correct? Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand. So, when you do Pradakshina, they generally, Chitrakoot Parvat, which is there, they do not step on it. Okay? There's completely fenced area. You do not, why? Because Bhagavan stayed there. So, you can't touch your feet to the place where Bhagavan stayed. So, they do the Chitrakoot Parikrama. And when you are doing Parikrama, you cross through 3 states. Because the portion is in different states. Very interesting. And people who stay there are very innocent. They don't have any kind of, makeup or any kind of artificial behavior. Nothing. Very raw. And very extreme climates also now. Because deforestation has happened. So, very extreme climate. When it is hot, it becomes 45, 46 degrees. And when it is cold, it goes to, 3 degrees, 2 degrees, etc. also. So, very cold, very hot, extreme climates there. But, you see the presence of Bhagavan you can feel. Many places will be there on the banks of Mandakini also, where Bhagavan was sitting. And that story will come. And Sita Ji is sitting and Bhagavan is sleeping, keeping his head on her lap. And that entire story, etc., is there. That place also they will show. And Bhagavan's feet also they will show. And so many things, beautiful places you will see. Why? Because Bhagavan stayed there for a long time. And it is said, Tulsidas Ji says here, that the glory of the entire place increased so much because of Bhagavan's stay, that everything in that area was named after Bhagavan. So there was a Ramagiri. Ramagiri means mountain named after Bhagavan. Ramashaila, smaller mountain named after Bhagavan. Ramaparvata, bigger mountain named after Bhagavan. Ramanadi, the river was also named after Bhagavan. Ramavana, the forest was also named after Bhagavan. Everything was named after Bhagavan. That is how the glory is. You go to Ujjain. Today if you go to Ujjain, shops you see, Mahakal, everything will be Mahakal. Mahakal hotel, Mahakal dining, Mahakal, what is that? Market, the supermarket, everything will be Mahakal. Mahakal tea stall, everything will be Mahakal. That is the glory. He is the one who is bringing glory to the place. So, naturally at that time when Bhagavan was there, they didn't have shops, etc. So, what did they have? They had all the natural things. So, they named everything after Bhagavan. all, and Tulsidas Ji says, all other mountains, all other rivers or other forests, no, they were so envious of the Chitrakuta and Mandakini and the forest where Bhagavan is staying. So they started telling this, why only you are getting this and we are not getting, and why Bhagavan is staying there only, we also wanted to be that. And this conversation is happening between the mountains and between different rivers, etc. Tulsidas Ji says, Ganga Ji is telling Mandakini, why only one Dhara? He could have stayed on my bank, no, why he is staying there? That is how Bhagavan was. Now Tulsidas Ji says, when they were staying, how they were staying? These three are there, Sri Rama, Sita Ji and Lakshman Ji. He says, Lakshman Ji was only thinking about Sri Rama and Sita Ji. All the times. Tulsidas Ji says, even in his dreams. But in the other places we see that he has not slept only. Where is the question of dream? He says so much so that he did not even get a thought about his parents or about his wife. When he is staying there, all the time thinking about what Bhagavan wants, Mata wants anything, should I get something, should I do this, should I do that. Entire 14 years was spent like this. Whatever time they spent together, they spent like this. Now, one question often comes, and some of you also asked me, Vedji, why there is no discussion about Urmila? Why you did not tell? I did not tell because Tulsidas Ji did not mention. Why Tulsidas Ji did not mention? I told you, why is always a wrong question for somebody else. Don't ask me why he did not write. Go and ask him. Many people know that. They say Urmila is a very underrated character. She is not underrated character at all. And many people feel bad. Are Pavam Urmila. Nobody talks about her. She is such a good. Puja Guruji says one very nice thing. He says her love and devotion towards Bhagavan Sri Rama was so much that she is neither underrated nor does she deserve any pity from us. We should understand how the texts are written. This is not a history book. This is Tulsi Ramayana. This is not Valmiki Ramayana. So Tulsidas Ji doesn't have to mention everything about everyone. It is not, that's not his purpose. And mind you, Tulsidas Ji, when he wrote Ramayana, this Ramacharitmanas, everybody knew all characters. We say something is underrated because we have not learnt it. There is nothing called as underrated. Underrated means before there was a time when I did not know this character and then I came to know and then I say, oh, this is so underrated. It was never underrated. If you go to true historians, that every character is always very important. We say underrated because of other reasons. In Valmiki Ramayana, etc., description is there. Isn't it? Somebody asked Urmila, why are you not going with Lakshman? When Sri Ramachandra is going and Sita Ji is following, so if Lakshmana is going, you should also follow. She says, I should not go. Why? He is going to serve his elder brother and elder brother's wife. If I go, his attention will come to me also. He has to serve me also. His seva towards Sri Rama and Sita Ji will not be perfect if I go. Now you tell me, such an understanding lady deserves pity? Not at all. Our history is filled with such characters who graciously sacrificed. So we should not feel bad for them. Why? Because they got everything but they decided to give it up. That's a very gracious thing to do. In another Ramayana, it is even mentioned that she decided that she will sleep and eat on behalf of Lakshmana. Why? Because my husband is going to serve, he may not get, time to eat and sleep. So I will do all that on my behalf and on his behalf also. Now this is a very different kind of selflessness. So we should never think that some character is not mentioned. You see, that is how Tulsi Ramayana is. That is how Ramcharitmanas is. He sticks to the main character, and that is Sri Ramachandra. There are so many other people. Wherever they are required, their devotion, if it expresses, manifests, those characters will come, they will be talked about, then they will not be talked about at all. I told you earlier, Vishwamitra Rishi came in Balakanda, was so much important part of Balakanda. Once the topic is over, his devotion, manifestation of his devotion towards Sri Ramachandra is over, the character is out. It doesn't come back again. We see for a long time now, there is no mention of Bharatji. We see towards the second half now of Ayodhya Kanda, now Bharatji will come. Why? Because his devotion manifests. So when it manifests, that is spoken of. Otherwise, he is not discussing. That doesn't make certain character underrated. Alright, this is not a history book. Okay? I needed to tell this because many people kept asking. That's why I am telling. She sacrificed herself and she sacrificed everything that she could have so that Lakshman ji will be able to serve Sri Rama and Sita ji. That itself is such a noble act. Right? And because of this kind of freedom, Lakshman ji, when he is staying in the forest, he doesn't even have to think about anybody at home. His entire focus was on Bhagavan. I tell you one more thing. See, history, when looked from a very narrow perspective, can become a very distorted history. Right? Can become, not that it will become, but can become. Say for example, you take this one incident that Lakshman ji was only focused on Sri Rama and Sita and he did not even think about his mother, father, Sumitra ji or Dashrath Maharaj or not even his wife Urmila. And you may say, therefore, Lakshmana was a very insensitive son and husband. You are not getting the point. No, but he could have thought about, na? But that is what shows his Ekanta Bhakti, that he doesn't get defocused at all. He remains completely in service. I tell you, for Seva, the most important thing is focus. If you are not focused, you will not be able to do Seva. You will not be able to do Seva. What my master wants, what my guru wants, what my Bhagavan wants, that entire attention should be on that. And we will see sometimes lapse in our focus is what will cause mistakes. Some blunder, something we will do. Why? Because we are not focused. Out of sight, out of mind. It is not an insensitive thing. Out of sight, out of mind is not insensitive thing all the time. Because your focus is on something which is more important, that you do not care about all these things. It's a very matured thing to understand. People ask me one question all the time. Do you call your mother? How many times in a week or in a month I call? I said, you see, we have a very good understanding about it. She is in service of, her guru. I am in service of the guru, same guru. And luckily that guru is coming tomorrow. So when they are service, she is in service. Why will I disturb her? When there is some work, she will message or call. When there is some work from my side, I will message or call. But while calling, I will make sure that I am calling at the time that she will not have any direct seva. It is not the question of love. It is the question of understanding that when it is service, you imagine if somebody is serving and is distracted because of you, that's a very bad thing to happen. If we do not learn this from texts like Ramayana, then what have we learned? So when you take it out of context and you will say, what is this? This is very insensitive of Lakshmana not to think. Lakshmana became great because of this. You and me today know about Lakshmanji because of this. Because of how he served Sri Rama and Sita Ji with absolute unwavering mind. Not thinking about anything else. That is what is great. And not just Lakshmanji, you see Sita Ji also. Tulsidas Ji says, she was spending entire time looking at Bhagavan, asking, does he want anything? Can she do anything? And he says that she experienced more joy in forest than she did in Ayodhya. Why? Because in Ayodhya there were so many other people. She also has to meet. There are so many other people. Sri Rama also has to meet. Now here nobody else is there. Siya manu Rama charana anuraga avada sahasa samabanu priyalaga. 1,000 times better, he says. That is how it was. So Lakshmanji was spending time completely focused. Sita Ji was like this. What Sri Ramachandra was doing? Beautiful description. He says, Sri Rama on the other hand was thinking only about Sita Ji and Lakshmana, making sure that they do not have any trouble. Siya lakhana jehi bidhi sukhulahi, sohi raghunath karahi sohi kahahi. He will say and he will do only that by which Lakshmana and Sita Ji will become happy, will become, little comforted. It is said, because he is Bhagavan, he has to think about everybody. So sometimes thinking about his parents, Dasharath Maharaj and Kausalya Ji, etc., he will become sad. Now when he becomes sad, both of them are looking at Bhagavan. They will also become sad. When he will look back at them, he will say that, oh, they are sad, I should change my mood. So he will change it back to happiness so that they become happy. And to do this, he used to start telling them stories of different Puranas, etc., etc. He says, this is called selflessness, where you are not working or you do not wish for your joy, you wish for the joy of the other. And this is how three of them were living. Tulsidas Ji gives a lot of similes and lot of metaphors, etc. He says, Sri Ramachandra and Sita Ji used to take care of Lakshmanji and protect Lakshmanji. How? Like eyelids protect the pupils. How they? Very softly, not putting any pressure. Very important for mother and father to learn how they should take care of their kid. For them, Lakshman is like their kid. But how beautifully it explains, you see, how eyelids protect the pupil. No pressure, no expectation, but at the same time protecting. And how Lakshmanji used to serve them. He says, Lakshmanji used to serve them like a aviveki person, aviveki, indiscriminative person, one who has got so much attachment to the body, how he takes care of the body. That is how Lakshmanji used to take care of Sri Rama and Sita Ji. How his entire attention is on the body. Good thing to eat, luxurious, soft things to wear. How much focus is there, no? That is how. Jo gavahi prabhu siya lakhan hi kaise, palak bilochan golak jaise, sevahi lakhanu siya raghubirahi, jimi abhiveki purusha sarirahi. Just how that aviveki purusha takes care of the body. That is how Lakshmanji was serving. Now, when such description comes, which is not specific to any incidents, but he is talking in general that this is how they lived and this is what was going on, you must understand that there is a now cut happening to some other place. Why? Because now we are going to leave Sri Ramachandra, Sita Ji and Lakshmanji to continue like this, and we are going to cut to some other place. Where are we cutting to? We are cutting to Shringaverapura. Where is Shringaverapura? Near Prayagraj, on the banks of Ganga Ji, from where Bhagavan along with Lakshmanji, Sita Ji and Nishadraj crossed Ganga Ji, in Kevat's boat. It is said that Sumantra was still waiting there with the hope that Bhagavan will come back. he didn't have guts to go back to Ayodhya. So he was waiting there. Then we saw that after Bharadwaja Muni's ashrama, then Bhagavan sent Nishadraj back. Now when Nishadraj reached Shringaverapura, he met Sumantra. Now he understood that this person is totally collapsed. And Sumantra was so sad that he didn't have any strength to go back to Ayodhya. And if you see the description, no, Baba, that Nishadraj sent 4 of his friends to accompany Sumantra, saying that you please make sure he reaches Ayodhya safely, okay? Looking at his condition, I doubt a little bit. Somebody who is very psychologically, lost or, very dejected, depressed, you always want to take care of that person, no? Like that. And Nishadraj tells you, please take him up to the, up to the entry into Ayodhya and then you come back. The people in the Ayodhya also should not see you and should not think that something is happening, etc. But you go with him till there. So, reluctantly, absolutely reluctantly, Sumantra is now going back and these 4 friends of Nishadraj are there. And Sumantra all the while is thinking, and he says that, my life is the worst life. Why? Because he says, I am still alive without Bhagavan. He says, what kind of wretched person I must be. Ideally, I should have died by now. But I am not even dying. Means, I do not have that much love for Bhagavan. That I am still alive when Bhagavan has gone. Now he is going back. And he didn't know how to face people in Ayodhya. And he's thinking of all the scenarios. That they will ask me this question, where is Sri Rama, where is Sita Ji, how are they and why they have not come? Why? What will I answer? Then I will go forward and I have to meet Dashrath Maharaj and all the Maharani. What will I answer? Thinking like this, he is crying and somehow he reaches Ayodhya. Now the 4 friends of Nishadraj, they say, you please go now forward, we will have to return. So Sumantra says, yes, you must return back, but I will not enter the city yet. So Sumantra waits till it is sunset and it is dark. See, it is not that he doesn't want to face people. No, he doesn't want to disappoint people. He doesn't want to become the cause of their sorrow. Because the news that he has is a bad news. According to Ayodhya people, it is a bad news that Bhagavan has gone, he is not returning. This is a hard fact which people were not ready to accept. Though it was said 14 years Vanvasa, they still had hope that no, he may come back. Now I have to break it to them that they are not coming back. It's a very dangerous situation he is in. And therefore, he waits for the sunset, and when it is night, he comes very fast through the city, goes straight to the palace and enters into palace immediately. Doesn't wait for anybody. But people are people. They listening to the chariot only, they come out, and when they see that there is nobody other than Sumantra in the chariot, they understand the whole thing. And they start to lament. And he reaches the palace. And Dashrath Maharaj, who usually is supposed to be in Kaikeyi's palace, now is in Kausalyaji's palace. Because he is very disappointed on himself. You can't even say angry. He doesn't have strength to become angry now. So he is in that Kausalyaji's palace. Then what happens? We'll see tomorrow. Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti
Gita Maruti Sangita Maruti
Gita Maruti Sangita Maruti
Duta Maruti Rama Duta Maruti
Duta Maruti Rama Duta Maruti
भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति
भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति
वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति
वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति
गंभीर मारुति
गंभीर मारुति
गंभीर मारुति
गंभीर मारुति।
सियावर रामचंद्र की पवन सुत हनुमान की उमापति महादेव की बोलो भाई सब संतन की सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।